And of course, referee is always under the microscope in these games. Soto is the man in charge. Ecuador 2-0 over Venezuela. Paraguay, they went down to 2-1. They beat Peru 2-0. Lost Argentina 4-0. And Ecuador beating Colombia 1-0. Players continuing to warm up here as the kickoff slightly delayed. And it's about turning that anxiety into confident play here today.
Absolutely. It's around about that stage where you're ready for the game to commence. You want the game to start. Your aggression's built up. All your energy's built up. You're ready to burst onto the scene. Don't know what the pause is right now, but the referee asking the players to warm up a little longer. We'll be underway shortly, that's for sure.
Number 10, Mauricio Salcedo in the starting lineup for Javier Ascor-Gorta, making his return to Bolivia. Remember, he was the coach in '94 that took them to the United States and the World Cup. It's off and running in Quito. Ecuador and Bolivia, round 7 of South American World Cup qualifying. And it is Bolivia in possession here to start. Bolivia in the green, Ecuador in the yellow. Glenn Davis alongside Ian Joy. Is Jose Carlo Barba for Bolivia. And there is Martins. So dangerous, number 9 at the striker position for Bolivia. And ball one back here. Ecuador. Jefferson Montero knocks it wide. Number 9, keep an eye on him here today, as well as number 10, Walter Ayovi, the longtime veteran, wearing the captain's armband at 33 years of age. Plays for Monterrey in Mexico, and here's the first thrust forward from Ecuador now. Absolutely a fortress here at home. And this shot will go way wide. But Segundo Castillo with the very identifiable haircut already in the action, Ian.
You can't miss the haircut, that's for sure, but already you can see what their intentions are. Try to get the ball wide, get Valencia on the ball, such a danger. You know he's going to create these opportunities. It's an unfortunate miss. Castillo with a strike in the end, slightly off target, but it's a positive start from Ecuador. You know that they want to try and progress forward and be with so much energy. That's what we've seen so far.
Narciso Mina at the top of the box trying to chest that down. Ecuador in possession now. And we do expect Bolivia to sort of drop off and absorb pressure when the story is finally told here. Number 3 is Eraso, Segundo Castillo. Does such a vital job as a shield and a holding midfield player. Currently at Pachuca in Mexico. Barba won it back. And this pressing play will get the throw to Ecuador here 3 minutes in. Paredes takes it. Castillo back to Paredes. Or make that Antonio Valencia of Manchester United. And Bolivia will earn the free kick here.
You can see very early on Bolivia trying to hold that defensive strategy with 5 defenders sitting back, waiting for the opportunity to put that high pressure in midfield. There's no attempt to try and push the defenders from Ecuador early on, so you can only imagine they're going to hold their patience and try and relax and on the ball. Ecuador play the ball around a little bit in the back line and wait for their opportunity to break and counter-attack.
Paredes couldn't get it cleared. Bolivia's won it back. Here's Martins now. Altitude won't affect them based on the fact that they play at Hernando Siles Stadium. This one into the near post. Not a bad ball. Mauricio Salcedo was in there, and it was last touched by Arazo. So Bolivia will get a corner kick here 4 minutes in. So positive for them.
Yeah, very positive going forward. Getting an early cross into the box. Salcedo just waiting for the perfect opportunity. Surrounded by two defenders, as you expect to see throughout the whole game today. But that's the chance that they need. They need that one little lucky break where the ball's going to bounce the right way. They can get that breakaway goal. Bolivia sneak a goal away from home. He'll make it incredibly difficult, and of course the fan pressure from the Ecuadorians is going to be incredibly hard.
And these are the moments they want. Set piece, a 6'5" goalkeeper Alexander Dominguez in goal for Ecuador, organizing his backs to take the corner. Mojica goes to the near post. They try to flick it on. Last touch by Bolivia. It'll be a goal kick to Ecuador. They avert the danger. Trying to sneak in there was Christian Vargas.
Very different. It wasn't a great corner kick. You expect a lot more quality. You're not going to get too many opportunities away from home on free kicks and corner kicks, so you have to try and take that advantage. It's a disappointing corner kick from Mojica.
Switch by Arazo. Antonio Valencia, we've seen him marauding up and down the right for Manchester United. Into the box it comes now. Mina. Heavy tackle there coming from Gutierrez Herrera. And we would expect 100% commitment into every single tackle here today.
Yeah, it's a great challenge from Herrera, showing the strength and desire that he has to try and fight for those points here in Ecuador. Just such strength and aggression going into the challenge. That's the desire you need from a Bolivian side who needs to come in here and try and pick up a point at least.
And they're certainly looking to do some damage in South American World Cup qualifying. Struggled in the Copa America, didn't get out of the group phase, Bolivia. Tough times for Bolivian football. But a good result here, set up with home games, as you mentioned, Ian, in the next couple of rounds, could position them to maybe make a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, you have to imagine it's in the back of their mind, the two home games that they have where teams struggle to come and play because of that high altitude. Such a difficult place to play where not many teams have come out with points. So it is in the back of their mind coming into this game. But like I said, if they pick up a point, it's a good result. If they pick up 3 points, it's a great result going forward.
And this man, Alexander Dominguez, took over for the legendary Jose Francisco Ceballos in goal for Ecuador. 6'5" makes the goal look small. Paredes now. Valencia flicks it forward with the outside of his foot, trying to pick out the run there of number 19, Saritama, the attacking midfielder. We've already seen Saritama making some runs in support of the strikers.
Yeah, he's been a danger so far, trying to be that link-up man going forward into the final third where Ecuador really need to create opportunities. You know, the strikers are desperate and waiting for that contribution from wide positions.
Eraso played it wide. Paredes now. The strength of Jaime Ajove. And he gets to the end line. Crossing opportunity here. Still Ecuador, top of the box. Right-footed shot is blocked. Bodies flying everywhere to get in front of that shot. Ajove got out of that beautifully. Paredes now, long switch, diagonal ball to change the point of the attack here. 9 is Jefferson Montero. Hasn't had many touches yet for Ecuador. Saritama now, and Bolivia now really dropping off deep here and defending deep at this stage now. And as predicted, there is certainly a ton of bodies along the 18.
Yeah, it's not easy to break through. You need to get a lucky bounce or a lucky break going through the middle, especially with so many defenders in front of you.
Montero splits two. On a solo, he's going to earn a free kick there in a dangerous position here in the 9th minute. He is explosive, Ian.
Wonderful piece of skill going forward. He is explosive on the ball. He's such a danger, breaking left and right, challenging the defenders to attack him. And of course, he's got the skill and possession to go past those defenders with so much ease, and does very well to win a free kick in such a dangerous area.
Spent time in Spain with Villarreal, was loaned to Levante and Betis. At Morelia now in Mexico, like a number of the players on the Ecuadorian roster playing in Mexico. Saritama, number 19, stands over it from Deportivo Quito. Was a member of the team at the 2006 World Cup. Big moment in goal for Suarez of Bolivia. Saritama will play it to the back post over everybody. Did not come to fruition, this set piece.
It looked like he was in two minds with the free kick. Wasn't sure if he was going to strike it or cross it in for the big central defenders to try and attack. In the end, it leads to nothing. It's a little bit in the middle between both defenders and the goalkeeper in a danger area, but there was no conviction on the free kick.
There he is making the return to Bolivia. Javier Ascargorta, 58 years of age. Second time with Bolivia, was with him in 93-94. He has also managed Chile as well. And that may be one of the big confidence boosts today here for Bolivia, that he has returned. Greatest success in Bolivian football was with him. Montero flying out. And that was handled. Montero got decked, was rolling around. He was jet fueled out of midfield. Yellow cards being issued here to two Bolivian players.
It's incredible. Montero just breaking through with so much ferocity. He has the pace and power to beat 1 and 2 challenges. In the end, taken down by a deserved yellow card. Here you see the pace that he has and the strength that he has, going breaking forward, trying to attack that defense. It's a late challenge and a definite yellow card. And that's what we're going to see throughout this whole game. You can only imagine the Bolivian players with the pace that Ecuador possesses in wide positions, breaking through the middle. We'll see a lot of free kicks and a lot of yellow cards.
Another set piece now. Saritama is 19, and as Ian mentioned, seemed to be in two minds the last time he took the set piece.
I'm sure he won't make the same mistake twice, that's for sure.
So look at the captain, Raldis, number 16, brought back by Ascargorta. Long range hit with tremendous power, flew off the right foot, but over the crossbar here in the 12th minute. And that ball just seemed to have a little bit more a jump from Segundo Castillo here at the altitude.
Yeah, you can see the run-up by Castillo. He had that conviction to strike the ball on target, but you have to try and test the goalkeeper. It's a difficult task at hand to try and get it over the wall. He decides to go for power. Not getting it anywhere near on target, no trouble for the goalkeeper.
And a good tackle coming out of the middle there from number 19, Saritama, doing some defensive work and creating some wonderful space for himself there. Jose Chavez with that yellow card is going to miss the next match for Bolivia. Raldis also picking up a yellow. Day where emotional control must be very important.
Well, it's very important because the last thing Bolivia needs is to go down a man in a game like this where you're trying to pick up points and desperately need them. You need to have 11 players on the field. So controlling your emotions is not necessarily the easiest task at hand. Playing at high altitude with the temperature so hot. And of course the fan presence as well for Ecuador is such a high volatile atmosphere. It's difficult to play against.
Little back heel from Valencia. Here's Paredes now for Ecuador. He'll play this one into the box. And I believe last touched. Now to be a goal kick. Bolivia here 14 minutes in, surviving so far.
That's a disappointing cross in the end into the box. Paredes, we've seen so far breaking forward, at least trying to break forward on that right wing position. supporting Valencia going forward, and of course on the left-hand side, Iovi breaking forward as well, but the quality in the service into the middle has to be better.
Loss of possession in a bad area and a quick early ball here. A good switch. Montero dancing on it, has drawn 3 defenders. Can he get anything out of this? He can. He turns it back in, but Suarez will pick the cross off. Just when you thought he couldn't get any delivery in, he does. Jefferson Montero continuing to impress.
You have to say it's good defending initially from Mendes. He stays with his man, not allowing him that space to get the cross in. In the end, Montero's skill manages to get past Mendes. Puts in a decent cross, but easy save for the goalkeeper.
Montero, 20-plus caps for Ecuador. Jaime Iovi trying to make something happen, getting the start here tonight without Chucho Benitez here for Ecuador.
Positive for Bolivia is definitely they're trying to play football when they have possession of the ball, going down the right-hand side. They're trying to progress and push forward, especially Christian Vargas, but it's not easy task.
Walter Iovi, his cross comes in, and Suarez made a motion, looked like he was going to go for it, and wisely lets it out for the goal kick here, 16 minutes in. Narciso Mina, not that involved yet in the Ecuadorian attack.
You also have to wonder how much the field is playing into the game. The ball seems to be bobbling around and bouncing around. It makes it incredibly difficult to produce that quality into the box. A lot of high crosses.
Round 7 of South American World Cup qualifying, Bolivia and Ecuador. From Quito, Ecuador, your referee Juan Soto. Ecuador pushing the tempo here as expected. Best chances have come off set pieces. Walter Iovi plays it forward. Jefferson Montero has been very active and explosive for Ecuador. Zaratama, very bad ball, lost in midfield here. Basically passed it right to Bolivia. Christian Vargas, number 4. Martins, be careful with him, number 9, a very, very dangerous striker for Bolivia. Segundo Castillo, currently at Pachuca in Mexico. Antonio Valencia makes the overlapping run. He's off and running. He wanted it back, doesn't get it. 17 now weaving his way through. Jaime Iovi. Luis Mendez helps it on. Pedro Zogwe to Gualberto Mojica. Bolivia, a long-range hit here off the mark. But confidence building out of midfield there, why not?
Yeah, a decent amount of possession so far for Bolivia, trying to break forward, trying to create something. It's going to lead to a lot of strikes from distance. Have to do a little bit better to test the goalkeeper, but it's more positive play from Bolivia going forward.
Quick look there at Reynaldo Reda, the coach of Ecuador. Ecuador last appeared at the 2002 and 2006 World Cups. Of course, Rueda, born in Cali, Colombia. Long line of Colombian managers at Ecuador. Francisco Maturana started it off. Hernan Dario Gomez, Luis Suarez. Truly modeled the 90 Colombian success by bringing in Maturana to kick things off.
You can tell it's a great model to go for. Colombia having so much success in the 90s, such a quality team. And of course you see this, the way they play their football, such positive play going forward, emulates that Colombian side.
Montero. And the final ball not there. And we've seen that on a number of occasions so far. Get into good positions, the final ball not giving any strikers a chance.
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's positive. They're trying to get into that difficult position that's not easy to do against 5-6 defenders from Bolivia. But they do so, they create their own magic and get that space to put a final delivery into the box. So far they haven't had that quality, but you can only tell it's a matter of time before they get that lucky break, that lucky bounce, and that cross does deliver right onto the head.
And that first goal so important today for Ecuador. Same could be said for Bolivia. But the onus is on the home team to produce the game going forward. Saritama knocks it back. Paredes now. And it's just so thick and heavy once they get into the final third with green shirts.
The question is, where do you go? You know, when do you get that breakthrough right through the middle of the defense? Is a very difficult task with so many defenders standing on that back line. You have to be incredibly patient.
Just an awkward clear that's hung up here in midfield and then headed away by Christian Vargas. Walter Ayuvi. Montero. Almost seems as though he might be too hyped up for this game. He is so energized so far.
He's an electrifying player, and you just see in his mind what he's trying to achieve. Every time he picks up that ball, he's going to go and attack for that goal. Just waiting for that chance to get the ball to his feet, the right place at the right time. He's going to be a real danger throughout this whole game.
Mina, 19. Here is Antonio Valencia. He's played as a winger, played as a right back even at Manchester United. Wouldn't call him a conventional right back, but has played in that position going forward for Sir Alex Ferguson. Here he is again, Valencia. Cuts across it, not a bad ball. And it'll be a free kick for Bolivia, who are certainly trying to get in the head of the Ecuadorians here.
Yeah, you're starting to get to that 20-minute stage now where the fans are starting to play in a little bit of the minds of the Ecuadorian players. There's going to be a lot of pressure to try and score that opening goal. Of course, the quality of the service into the box has not yet been there, but it is only a matter of time. And do they have the patience to go forward and try and continue to create those chances? You get a feeling it's only a matter of time.
And it is a day they have to have a level of patience, and maybe the goal is produced in front of a defense as opposed to behind one.
Yeah, there's no reason why you have to always break through that defense. You can always take your strikes from distance as well, but you do need a little bit of luck, especially when so many defenders are coming against you.
Here's Montero outside of the foot pass. Is not a good one. It goes all the way back to goalkeeper Hugo Suarez. Plays for Oriente Petrolero. Has played at Wilstermann, 30 years of age, Suarez. Of course, most of the players for Bolivia playing in the domestic league in Bolivia for teams like Oriente Petrolero, Wilstermann, Bolivar, Blooming, all very familiar Bolivian clubs. Jefferson Montero. Going down is number 19, Saritama, who is in extended position forward.
I think Mendes is very fortunate to get away with it. Not really too much in the challenge. Only too often you see the referee always calling in the attack in favour.
You've seen Saritama getting pushed pretty high up the field in support of his strikers. Bolivia's lost it again, and maybe the amount of defensive work they're doing now beginning to wear on their minds. Good covering play out of the middle there. coming from number 16, the veteran, the captain, Ronald Raldis. Antonio Valencia now showing up in a central area. Valencia. Paredes gets the cross in, steered away. And cleared by number 2, Luis Mendez. Barba now just knocking it forward, trying to alleviate the pressure. Campos drove it back in. Space being found in the middle of the field now. Montero. Saves Suarez. He parried it straight up in the air and held it. He stood up to the blast from Jefferson Montero.
Yeah, this is much better play. Montero receiving a weak pass from Antonio Valencia. Just as we were talking about, Glenn, sometimes you don't have to break through that defense. Take your luck and try your luck at the goalkeeper from distance. And it's a good positive save, Suarez.
Boy, and then has the concentration just to parry it straight up in the air and hold it. Hit with tremendous power. Now a player for Bolivia down. Paredes is involved here. Down is number 8, Jose Luis Chavez, who's carrying a yellow card in this game. Boy, what a sequence from Montero, though.
Yeah, it's positive, and we've seen Antonio Valencia pushing more inside field, not trying to create that opportunity for his right fullback to push forward, and a little bit more confusion for this Bolivian defence. It adds an extra number going forward, and especially in the middle of midfield. Here we have a look at the challenge once again. I have to say it's a great challenge. Castillo holds no bars going into the challenge. He shows that aggression. But going back to Valencia, he's creating a lot more confusion by tucking inside. He's giving Paredes the opportunity to break forward from that right fullback position. But Montero's such a danger. You can see in his eyes what he's trying to achieve is go for goal every single time he picks up the ball.
Yeah, he's as direct in his mindset as can be. Has been certainly exciting here. Valencia is going to give it back to Bolivia, the sporting thing. Again, Bolivia in green, Ecuador in yellow. This coming from Quito, Ecuador. South American World Cup qualifying. Better chances have come to Ecuador against a very deep defending, and for most of the first half here, 27 minutes in, deep defending Bolivia. Suarez with an awkward clear, but it somehow works out. Valencia was poaching around. Gutierrez Herrera lost it. Antonio Valencia tried to whip it across. It's blocked. He'll knock it back to a supporting player, Paredes. He'll swing it into the box. Pressure coming in waves now from Ecuador, who were trying to hem Bolivia in their own half. Iovi with the acrobatic scissor kick. Valencia couldn't control it. Martins, the lone striker for Bolivia. How's that for casual elegance?
Beautiful piece of skill.
Didn't even look like he broke a sweat making that move. Trying to drive forward into the attack was number 13, Narciso Mina. In a striking role for Ecuador today. 28 minutes in. Ecuador looking for the breakthrough, currently in 4th place in South American World Cup qualifying. Valencia plays it forward. Jaime Iovi. Goal kick Bolivia.
Yeah, it's great defending, Herrera. We'll have a look again at a wonderful piece of skill. Ecuador starting to play with that confidence now going forward. We're going to see a lot more of this as we push towards half-time.
That was Frickson Arazo with that little pullback there to eliminate a pressing player. Alexander Dominguez at 6'5" in goal for Ecuador. He's played over 160 times at Liga de Quito. First capped against Colombia. Interesting day for a goalkeeper there. Martins trying to break it up. Paredes now coming back for Ecuador, number 4. Iovi creeping up here on the left. Boy, they tried to pick out Mina. Or make that Jaime Iovi. Montero was in there as well.
You have to say, Bolivia have done well so far to stand up against this attack force from Ecuador. 0-0, they must be happy so far in the first half with their own performance. Now they just need a little bit of fortune themselves breaking forward and trying to create an opportunity. But defensively, they're standing pretty strong.
Yeah, how much of this comes down to patience and not getting frustrated if you are Ecuador?
Well, it all comes down to the patience. You need to try and be patient going forward. You need to be patient defensively, that you don't have your fullbacks push too far forward and leave those gaps to be exploited. They have the quality and abundance going forward. They just have to show this confidence. And all it takes is just that one lucky bounce and you're 1-0 up. And so far they've had so much possession going forward. You just get that feeling it's only a matter of time. But Bolivia, on the other hand, defensively very strong.
And right there again, another example of it coming out of the middle to make that play, Christian Vargas. Montero, Iovi, Walter. Walter Iovi. And he's going to earn a free kick. And it won't go Ecuador's way, though. It'll go Bolivia's way.
That's a surprise decision from the referee. Iovi going down under the challenge. Don't really see too much that he done wrong in the challenge, that's for sure. Calling handball.
Thought he had earned a free kick. He's been joining in down the left side. Dominguez distributes. This is round 7 of South American World Cup qualifying, Ecuador and Bolivia. Ecuador currently in the 4th position. Bolivia in 7th place. Of course, Brazil as the host nation not included in this World Cup qualifying, as they automatically, as the host, will be in the 2014 World Cup. Grueling process, 16 games, home and away. Space carved out. They cut it back, chance to make it one. Trying to spear it in was number 17, Jaime Iovi. They got to the end line, they steered it back. This was a good chance, Ian.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, but look at the defending from Mendes.
Off the set piece. Trying to get on the end of it was Mina.
What a great opportunity. It's a lovely through ball, and you expect the defenders to put a lot of pressure. Just a mistimed challenge, but Mendes there to clean it up. Just fantastic defending at the right place at the right time. Second effort coming in. It's a great cross into the box. It's another opportunity in front of goal that you have to try and take.
Paredes knocked it back. Jefferson Montero over the top again. It's been difficult to get behind Bolivia, and a lot of the opportunities coming from longer range like that.
Yeah, Montero does the right thing by coming inside, trying to create that space. Ayovi makes a fantastic run on that left-hand side. You have to try and involve your wide players, especially when you're not getting those little breaks through the middle of that defense. Now's the time where you're going to start to see your strikers getting a little bit more frustrated that the quality service is not coming into the box.
Referee Juan Soto giving this free kick to Ecuador. What a fortress this stadium has become, though. Atahualpa is a place that's been impenetrable. No goals have been scored against Ecuador here. Walter Ayovi. 14, Segundo Castillo with a long switch here. Paredes now with a self-pass. Still on the ball is Paredes. Back to Segundo Castillo now for Ecuador. Swings it out on the left again. Walter Ayovi is trying to join in the attack consistently out wide here. Stumbles over it, recovers. Castillo, the 30-year-old. Saritama. It was a search for space for Ecuador. Valencia. Paredes. Into the box. And Coach getting up in the air and trying to get ahead on it was number 19, Saritama. Take that back. It was Mina.
Yeah, this is exactly what we're talking about. Valencia tucks inside, does the right thing, waiting for his fullback, pushing forward on that right-hand side. It's an excellent ball into the box. Just allowing Mina to attack that ball. That's what you're waiting for. The strikers are waiting for that opportunity. Good cross into the box, something that he can try and attack. Much better from the wide positions.
Valencia playing a big part of it. Now it's Bolivia.
Well, you know for sure Mina would want that one back.
Dangerous game, though. The longer the scoreline remains 0-0. And I think you mentioned it, Ian. With the new manager, Javier Ascor-Gorta, coming back, that's a bit of a confidence boost because the greatest success in the history of Bolivian football was achieved under that man.
Well, absolutely. They're starting to play with that confidence, which you can see, even though they're playing away from home. Their defensive, position so far has been excellent. They haven't really given up too many clear-cut opportunities. Going forward, we haven't seen enough yet, but they're just waiting for that opportunity, that lucky break to bounce forward into the right position and attack. Martin's such a deadly player in and around the box. He's just waiting for his chance. But of course, so far Ecuador have had so much possession of the ball, it's made it so difficult for Bolivia to go forward.
Martin's now. And when they do, it's really a lone striker, and this is the man that, if he gets one chance today, could potentially take it. Marcelo Martins, number 9 for Bolivia. To come in here and get a result for Bolivia would take, and we'll get back to that in a moment, because finally they found a little bit of space here out wide. Paredes steers it back, top of the box. Jefferson Montero can't control it. Ecuador off the throw now, 37 minutes in.
That's another great run. Paredes on that right-hand side, breaking forward from fullback. He's done ever so well breaking forward in this first half. He's been a real danger, and his quality's been not bad into the box.
Montero battling away. And he's going to get called for a foul. He's not going to want that. Christian Vargas involved with Montero.
Frustration plays a big factor into it. The challenge from Montero. He can't beat his defender, so might as well bring him down and try and force my way through into the box. Not really much in the challenge. And now you see those frustrations coming through from the stands. The fans starting to get a little bit frustrated. Their team's not leading in this game after so much possession.
Mina, very mobile. This time he's deep in midfield, but gave it away. Unforced error. More from Ecuador. They continue to step forward here. Walter Ayuvi flips it into the box. A lot of green jerseys in there sandwiching Mina, including number 16, Ronald Raldez, the veteran. Paredes now has had some interest from the Serie A. 16 caps for Ecuador. Campos plays it forward. Possession overwhelmingly in favor of Ecuador. Scoreline 0-0, 39th minute. Martins tries a hit from long range. Thought he might have seen Alexander Dominguez off his line.
Yeah, sometimes it's worth a try, right? You don't get too many clear-cut opportunities away from home in Ecuador. From 40 yards, you do well. You deserve 2 goals if you score that one.
Montero. How is this delivery? It's overhit. Paredes coming late. And shielding it out of play was Jose Carlo Barba, number 18 for Bolivia. Plays for Bolivar. Antonio Valencia stepping in to break it up again. Barba. They've gotten in behind Bolivia on a couple of occasions, but it is thick and heavy with players. Be a free kick for Ecuador right in front of referee Juan Soto. Walter Ayuvi. Paredes now bombing down the right side again. He has been very active, has played most of this game in the attacking half. Saritama. Paredes. They try to work a 1-2. They've done it. Can he get it over now? Towards the top of the 18. The header into the box, and then finally just stuck over the halfway line by number 16, Raldez, the veteran. Gutierrez Herrera coming up with a nice defensive play, number 3. Ayuvi brought down by number 6, Pedro Asokwe.
Yeah, the youngster bringing down the experienced Ayuvi. He reads the challenge. He knows the referee's going to give him a free kick. Asking for the yellow card as well, something you don't like to see from your experienced pros. But wins a free kick in a danger area just before halftime would be the perfect time to score a goal.
Can they punish them off the set piece? They've not gotten the best of delivery in so far. Walter Ayuvi, number 10. Number 19 is Luis Saritama. 5 at the back for Ecuador. It's overhit again. Delivery has not been good off set pieces here today for Ecuador in the first half.
Yeah, very disappointing. It's frustrating for your mid centre backs and trying to break forward for free kicks and corner kicks. It's the only opportunity they have to get forward. And when the service is just not there, you don't have anything to attack. It's frustrating. And of course, we're going to see a lot more of it as we push into the second half, where the fans will play into a big play of this game.
Boy, that almost fell to the feet of number 14, Alberto Mojica. And that's the one moment you're looking for here on this day if you remain in striking distance here.
Absolutely.
There's a mental error at the back, a mistake.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much possession the Ecuador have of the game. A mental error or a mistake, like you just said, is all that Bolivia need to make the breakthrough. Like we talked about Martins being such a danger. It's an incredibly hard task at hand for him. He has to run around up top on his own, waiting for that lucky break.
Now, can they keep this attack moving here? Valencia distributes it wide. Paredes is flying forward, jet fueled, but he's not going to get there.
Paredes has impressed me incredibly well so far, breaking forward from right full back. He's played more like a right midfielder, going forward. His deliveries have been okay, but very positive to see him breaking forward.
On Carlos Paredes, 25 years of age, 16 caps for Ecuador, plays for Deportivo Quito. Antonio Valencia. They will earn a corner as Valencia driving towards the end line. Again, the youngster coming up with the tackle there was number 6, Pedro Asokwe. Short corner, Montero. And again, defended well. We got to give credit to Bolivia. Cavalier spirit coming into Quito, Ecuador here today.
Yeah, it's been great defending so far. Limited the opportunities for Ecuador going forward in the final third to distant shots. No clear-cut chances. So far it's been job done.
Lot to ask, though, to do this over the course of 90 minutes here.
Yeah, the game changes throughout the course of 90 minutes. It changes in 3 parts. You've got the first 30 minutes, and then between 15 minutes before halftime and after, the game changes completely.
Thought that might have been a handball. It's tough in the trenches, thick and heavy, lots of tackles flying there in central midfield as Bolivia now trying to break out. Continue to go through Juan Carlos Paredes, who gets a ton of the ball. He's on it now, clips it into the box, and it's overhit. So you could be critical of Ecuador's delivery in the final third here in the first half.
Yeah, you have to be critical of the final delivery, but you have to say they're getting into the right positions. The strikers are waiting for that quality service, and the wide players are doing extremely well to get forward into danger areas. Just the delivery is failing. That's all they need now. And of course, there's such a danger going forward. Both fullbacks, Ayovi on one side and Paredes on the other, doing a great job breaking forward.
Salcedo plays it. Martins in and around the box. And Montero now holding the back of his thigh. Kind of pulled up on that last run. And that'll do it. Half comes to an end. Ecuador and Bolivia tied at 0. Your thoughts on the first half, Ian?
You have to say Ecuador with so much possession of the ball going forward. They've been electrifying. Just the quality of service. The final delivery is just not there. Bolivia so far, job done.
Ecuador and Bolivia tied at 0 here in Quito, Ecuador. Much of the play to Ecuador here in the first half. Bolivia has brought a real cavalier spirit here, defending very deep. Much of the first half playing with 5 across the back. Halftime score, Ecuador 0, Bolivia 0. Stay with us when we come back. Time for The Express. Repeatedly towards the end of the half, giving Paredes the space to get delivery in like this.
Yeah, it's a great ball into the box, and he has to do so much better on the header because the quality of service into the box so far has been few and far between.
First half stats really don't tell you a whole lot here, but one thing we know for sure is Ecuador dominating the possession in this game. And again, I guess their biggest shortcoming, Ian, maybe just that they have not been able to produce that final ball or that final touch to get a 1-goal lead here in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Possession, no doubt, has been in favour of Ecuador. They have the quality going forward, but the service and delivery, again, is just failing. They're waiting for that quality in and around the box. The frustration is on the faces of Mina and, of course, Ayovi going forward. They want that quality service, but so far we just haven't seen it. And on the other hand, Bolivia, it's been job well done. A lot of defenders, maybe trying to pick up a point away from home. Defensively, incredibly strong. giving away a lot of free kicks in dangerous areas, so they have to be very careful.
I'll be a simple question to you. Do you think Bolivia can produce another Cavalier spirit type effort like this, a one-for-all collective defensive effort for another 45 minutes?
Yeah, it's a difficult task. 45 minutes at hand, especially after the last 45 minutes being so defensive. It's not an easy task at hand, but you'd expect that they're going to try and sneak a goal. There's no doubt in my mind that they have a goal in their mind. With Martins up top, he's waiting for that service, that lucky break, and you always seem to get that one chance away from home, whether it be in front of goal, whether it be from a corner kick or a free kick. He will be waiting for that chance. So there's no doubt in my mind they can produce the quality, but Ecuador have to do more, and I expect so much more going forward, especially in the final third.
And Ecuador getting set, looks like to make a change. Alcides Peña could be coming on. Just incredible pictures and visionary shots here coming from Quito, Ecuador. And this is a man that does have some attacking talent. 23 years of age, plays for Oriente Petrolera. Been getting more and more playing time. One of the youngsters that came out of the Tawichi Academy.
It'll be interesting to see with Montero just before halftime grabbing his hamstring. Not sure if he's pulled up with his hamstring injury and staying on the field testing to see how he's going to go out. It's not an easy task because he's such an electrifying player, and you always see players with so much pace.
And here is the sub coming on now for Ecuador is number 8, Michael Arroyo. Question is, who is he coming on for? Reinaldo Rueda is waiting for that breakthrough. The first goal will dramatically change this game from a tactical perspective and would pull Bolivia out. Again, Ecuador in yellow, Bolivia in green. Your referee is Juan Soto. Ecuador unscored upon at home. Second half underway here in Quito, Ecuador. Paredes now will drive this forward. Long diagonal ball. That is not a bad ball. And almost fell to the feet of the second half sub. Number 11, Peña, but the offside flag up.
Yeah, he wasn't to know it was an offside call, and in a dangerous position. Not great defending from Ecuador. Good delivery into the box. Peña should have done so much better.
Jose Carlo Barba getting that delivery in. Essentially the first half, Bolivia playing with 5 across the back, 4 in midfield. And the lone striker.
Now it looks like Montero has come off the field, struggling through the injury just before halftime, grabbing his hamstring. What we're seeing now in the second half, Ayroid's coming into the field. He's going to tuck a little bit more inside, allowing Igov to break forward from that left full-back position.
Shot took a deflection. This will go all the way back to the goalkeeper, Hugo Suarez. Spent some time at Wilstermann in Bolivia. Came up with the one sparkling save on Jefferson Montero, but his energy is going to be missed because his energy is certainly affecting others.
Absolutely. I mean, what he brought to the field in the first half was electrifying fire going forward. Just a danger on the ball. All-out attacker trying to go on his defender, 1v1, break towards goal. Such a danger. Quality in the service wasn't quite there. Didn't really get that look at the bounce. But his electrifying attitude towards the game is something they're going to miss for sure.
Barba with that hit off the mark. It'll be a goal kick now to Ecuador. A few minutes into the second half here in Quito. Ecuador the favorite coming into this one, currently holding the 4th position in South American World Cup qualifying, while Bolivia currently holding down the 7th. Switched out wide by Saritama. Walter Ayovi. Is this an opportunity for Bolivia to break out? They got a good run here on the far side. They're going to try to pick the man out, and they couldn't. But breaking out of midfield, that's those moments that Bolivia's got to recognize here today with maybe Ecuador in an extended position forward.
Yeah, Mojica does a great job to break forward, just waiting for that service and delivery. Doesn't quite come, but it's another opportunity for Bolivia to break forward 2v2.
Second half sub, Arroyo played it into the box, cleared by Bolivia again. Very dangerous game here for Ecuador. Tied with Bolivia, 49 minutes in. They've pressed the attack. They've had more of the possession. They have not broken down the Bolivians yet. And this hit is pulled off the mark. Arroyo with that effort off the bench here in the second half.
That's not too bad so far from the substitute. Come onto the field. A couple of nice touches and a strike on goal. Showing that he's here to play, that's for sure.
Certainly involved, 25 years of age, plays for Barcelona in Ecuador. Former player at Emelec. Was once banned from the game for 2 years for substance abuse. Bolivia now. Martins, that lone striker, again, he's been quiet, but he certainly looks dangerous. Plays for Gremio in Brazil, and that's the kind of guy that is only needs one chance, Ian, and a completely different event can occur here in Quito, Ecuador.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs that one opportunity. He's a danger player. Got a lot of experience, European experience. He's been around the Premier League, of course in Ukraine, Champions League. But of course, you see a lot more of him dropping deeper into midfield. You want to see him stay as high as possible. Try to pick up that ball so that his midfielders can try and join in the attack with him. The more desperate you get for possession of the ball, the deeper he comes, and that's what you don't want to see. He needs to try and stretch the game for Bolivia going forward.
Loss of possession. Bolivia have found space here on the far side. Breaking into the box is Barba, and his ball, not a good one, but again, it was the moment to attack and go with some gusto, and they did. They picked the tempo up there.
That's a great opportunity to break forward.
They've had him, and they've recognized him. They just haven't been able to execute the final pass. Paredes now. He's just been incessantly running up and down this right side. Antonio Valencia coming central again like he did at the end of the first half. He gets it wide. Paredes now will clip it into the box. Is this 1-0? No, it's not. Delivery was good. Throwing his head at it was number 17, Jaime Ayovi.
Now we talked so much about the quality of service into the box, but it doesn't come much better. Such a great delivery, something that Ayovi can attack with full force and throttle. Does very well to get his head on the ball, just can't angle it towards goal. Much better from Ecuador going forward, and the service was outstanding from Paredes.
Credit the two defenders, Mendez and Vargas, though, for being in there and at least being positionally pretty sound, making it difficult for number 17, Jaime Ayovi, to get a head on it, or a clean head on it. Martins trying to break forward again. And as Ian mentioned, played in the Ukraine for Shakhtar Donetsk. So Santo is out for Bolivia, with Peña coming in. It's been a strong spirit here today from Bolivia. 53 minutes in, very active is Luis Mendez, number 2, who's been very dogged and determined defending-wise. Flicked on, dangerous moment here, and this is the first time really Alexander Dominguez has been called into action, and the 6'5" goalkeeper does well here, commanding his box.
That's more positive. Bolivia going forward, trying to create something, some sort of danger that can lead to a goal. It's been very positive in the second half. Now we're seeing a much more open game, a lot more creative opportunities.
You see on the ticker here the Ecuador lineup. And now the Bolivia lineup. Hugo Suarez in goal. Big roar from the crowd as Felipe Salcedo now warming up. Campos gets it over. Eraso knocks it back. Antonio Valencia through the legs of Martins. Is this the moment for Ecuador? Cross is cut out. Again, bodies getting in front of that delivery. Flying in front of that was Jose Luis Chavez.
A wonderful piece of skill right through the legs of the defender. We've seen so much of Valencia and Manchester United, and a great cross expected in the box just doesn't come.
Valencia again, he's isolated. Will come inside. He's defended well. Bolivia's won it. Pena. It's a good diagonal run. And an even better piece of defending from Walter Iovi, who squeezed in from his left back position to cut that play out. And now distributes a nice ball to Paredes here on the right side. His cross again cut out. Bolivia's stayed nice and compact here, Ian.
Yeah, they're making it so hard for Ecuador to provide that quality service into the box. With so many defenders, there's limited options available. It has to be top-notch crossing and delivery into the box to create that opening. But so far, Bolivia starting to step up their game a little bit in the second half, creating those 2v2 opportunities and trying to get that breakaway goal. That's something to watch out for, because you know that Ecuador are going to try and attack with ferocity.
There's a quick look at Henry Leon. And here is Bolivia committing a little bit more selectively here. Cross comes over. Handled by Dominguez. Dominguez's first cap with the national team coming against Colombia. Have they been over-dependent on Paredes on the right side?
Well, you see now Valencia's tucking inside all the time, allowing Paredes to break forward.
Well, he's breaking forward now. Was he fouled?
You have to say it's good defending. Bolivia once again, they've recognised the danger that Paredes possesses breaking forward. And of course in the second half we're seeing a lot more Valencia tucking inside.
Reinaldo Rueda is going to go to his bench. Casado on. Jaime Iovi off. Big strong striker. Casano plays at Lokomotiv in Russia. Spent some time at Manchester City, Basel, and Levante in Spain. So he's going to get an opportunity to try and break down the Bolivians. On Carlos Paredes now, making a sojourn inside now, switching the play on the far side. Walter Iovi. Cross is overhit. We've seen that on a number of occasions too. Some good build-up and then a wasted ball.
That's just not good enough. Iovi, captain, leader of this team. You expect a lot higher quality and service into the box. Once he takes that touch and slows down the game, makes it more difficult for your attackers in the box, waiting for that delivery to attack the ball. The service has to be there. The quality's just not coming from that left-hand side so far in the second half.
Ball's won back. Saratama won it. Paredes. Valencia to his right. To the feet of Valencia. Antonio Valencia. Valencia and Paredes, what a pair out wide here, controlling the right side of the field for you. Castillo played it wide. Casado, big, strong, powerful, won it back with a bit of a back heel, and it's broken up. Bolivia now maybe has a chance to commit here into the attack, and they know it. They're flying forward now. They've got some decent running here. And off his line with a big play, Alexander Dominguez. Credit Bolivia, though. They went after it. They tried to pick out the run of Pena. Valencia now. He has found space on the right side. Cross took a deflection. Nobody can get turned, and finally cleared by Bolivia. 60 minutes in here. You get this sense there's a little bit more urgency from both teams.
Absolutely, both teams really going for the points now. Bolivia trying to defend their best and get that breakaway goal.
Valencia's ball cut out. Mojica now. Big tackle from Saratama. Casado.
Now here we have a look at the opportunity once again. It's a fantastic run right through the heart. And just a great through ball. It's the substitute Pena trying to break on the end of it. Slightly overhit pass. It makes it incredibly difficult. Goalkeeper in the right place at the right time. Sharp on his toes to come out and claim it. A little bit better quality to Pena. We could have seen this result being 1-0 Bolivia.
Luis Mendez down, and we've seen Alexander Dominguez in goal. Most of his decision making has been to come off of his line on plays like that.
He has to be on his toes the whole game. There's no doubt. With breakaway opportunities, especially in the second half, Ecuador's throwing full throttle to go for the 3 points. So you expect Bolivia, like we've seen so far, 2v2s, 3v3s on the breakaway. He has to be on his toes. He has to stand on the edge of his area, ready and waiting to snap up those opportunities. So far, very good goalkeeping. And Ecuador very fortunate. It's a lovely run through. Just a little bit less on the delivery to Pena would have been perfect. But it just a little bit overhit that gives the goalkeeper an opportunity to come out and claim it. Disappointing for Bolivia, but much better in the possession of the ball in the second half. Much better going forward.
And they've recognized those moments better in than they did in the first half. And maybe we're not as committed to going forward in the first half.
Exactly the word we're looking for is commitment to try and get that goal, to commitment to try and push those midfielders in support of Martins, your striker, and of course the players who are busting their gut to break through.
Crowd trying to urge on Valencia and Ecuador. Antonio Valencia. Man, it is just so thick and heavy, and players covering each other well in that central area. It is difficult to break down. Paredes now. Just this huge block of 8 in front of the goal for Bolivia. Paredes comes back and wins it nicely. Segundo Castillo now. We've seen this time and time again. No pressure, unforced error.
Now it becomes that pressure that's on your body now. The fans are starting to get frustrated. There's no goals in the game. There's a lot of pressure from the media to try and pick up the 3 points at home. It's starting to show in the Ecuadorian possession of the ball, breaking forward. They're getting a little nervous. They need to try and win this game. Of course, what we're seeing so far in the second half has been so much possession in the Bolivian half. That's all we're seeing. And breakaways from Bolivia coming through. But it's an entertaining game because we're seeing end-to-end stuff right now.
So a very look of concern from Reynaldo Rueda. And there is Javier Ascar-Gorta. He's managed so many teams. Espanyol, Valladolid in Spain, Sevilla, Tenerife, Yokohama in Japan. Second time in charge with Bolivia. 95-96, he coached Chile. What a coaching resume he has. Iovi. Longer range hit, and that forces a little bit of a challenge. That of Sanchez. Ball had a little bit of movement in it.
You have to say it's frustrating once again. Ecuador, there's just nowhere to go. Bolivian defenders are just there in abundance. There's so many of them to try and make that breakthrough. There's just no way to go. So they're limited to their strikes from distance. You have to do very well to beat the goalkeeper from 30 yards out, but they need that lucky break now.
And they're immovable too. They're not coming out. It's been tough to tease the Bolivians out.
That's a good strike on goal, and you want to test the goalkeeper as much as you can. But you're right, they're playing as a unit, and they've got that defensive unit set. 5 defenders, we're not going anywhere. We're sitting here all game, and we're going to try and break away. And so far, they've broke away very well. Quality of the service and the final position has just not been quite there. But you never know. Bolivia can sneak a goal in this one. You can't rule them out for sure.
No, they've looked more threatening. 12-3 shots in favor of Ecuador. Shots on goal, only 2 for Ecuador. This is way off. And that's a bit wishful. That one might have worked at Hernando Silas in La Paz, but maybe not here in Quito.
That's incredible to see a strike from so far away. There's just no way you're going to test the goalkeeper from there. You know, that's the perfect opportunity for Bolivia to throw some big boys up there and try and sneak a goal. Dink a ball into the box and let your central defenders or tall players attack the ball. That's a great opportunity, but such a waste from 40 yards out to throw a free kick away.
Peña's number 11, the second half sub. Iovi tried to make the quick throw. They're going to give it to Bolivia. Iovi's absolutely livid.
Yeah, Bolivia's claiming the ball never went over the line before Iovi picked the ball up.
Iovi, 70-plus caps for Ecuador, plays for Monterrey in Mexico, member of the 2002 Ecuadorian team at the World Cup.
See, this is the perfect example. Bolivia, try to get your central defenders forward. If you're going to sneak a goal, throw those big boys forward, get a ball into the box.
Captive opportunity to do it, and again, the delivery is lacking.
Yeah, but with 3 players in the box, you're not really investing too much forward for that free kick.
Casado trying to get in near the top of the box. Tried to get it wide. And again, as you mentioned, Ian, the frustration continuing to amount. Larger and larger doses here now for Ecuador.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the fans are now starting to get under their skin. There's no doubt they want the 3 points. But they'll get their opportunities. The patient game is now going to come into play. They'll get their chances. It's just whether or not they're going to take them.
¡Llévala, llévala! ¡Sí, negro! ¡Por fuera! ¡Otro lado, al otro lado! ¡Vete, vete, Cristian! ¡Vamos, vamos, vamos!
Antonio Valencia now. He's got his head up. Caicedo. And it's cleared again by Bolivia. Paredes cross is blocked. Dominant possession from Ecuador. Still nothing yielded from it. 69th minute. Paredes now. Maybe this is the moment. He gets brought down. Not going to get a call. Linesman right in front of him. Or is he? Bolivians claiming they want a yellow for him taking a dive. Not sure I'm going to buy that. But let's see.
The linesman never even raised his flag. It's interesting to see what the referee has called, but here we have a look at it once again. Paredes looking for the free kick. Definitely gets a little bit of contact, but whether or not it merits a free kick, we're not sure. The linesman definitely didn't give it.
Well, in fact, they did give it now, and now standing over it is number 19, Luis Saratama. And will it be a set piece or a free kick? That provides the difference here. Saratama, box loaded up, and again, the delivery behind everybody. Campos can't get there. What a frustration for Ecuador.
Absolutely. The frustrations on the faces of absolutely every single player on the team right now. They just can't get it together with the final delivery and balls into the box. What a perfect example. Free kick, just not good enough.
70th minute, Bolivia's got to begin to believe here.
I've seen it so many times in world football where you're under so much pressure, possession going against you throughout the whole game, and you get that one lucky break and you score a goal. There's no reason why it can't happen for Bolivia.
And they're looking good in the attack here, finally broken up. This is the man, Martins. Save. Dominguez. You mentioned the one chance. Maybe that's one of maybe two chances that may come here in the second half. But that's the man you wanted on the ball.
Oh, you definitely wanted him on the ball. Not really enough power behind the strike in the end.
Here comes Valencia now. Paredes behind him. Clips his cross to the back post. It's hung up. That's going to be easy for Sanchez.
He creates the opportunity himself with his skill, managing to get that extra yard, put a strike on frame. Much better from Bolivia going forward. Martins in particular is trying to create something from nothing himself. He's having that support from his midfielders joining in. We're seeing a lot more from Bolivia.
Martins had the Bolivian goal in the 1-1 draw with Argentina at Argentina. What a result that was. He also scored against Uruguay in a 4-2 loss. Caicedo. Big, powerful striker. Caicedo. Still Caicedo. Knocked off the ball. They're going to the penalty spot. This is going to be controversial. Bolivians absolutely livid. The crowd here in Quito going absolutely mad.
All you have to say is full credit to the big man who's come onto the field, Caicedo. Just a great piece of skill going 1, 2, 3 times at the defenders, getting into the box, into the danger area, creating the opening, and there's no doubt there's contact. A very, very rash challenge from the Bolivian defence.
Saratama is the man who's going to get knocked down by number 16, the veteran Ronald Raldis.
That's a silly challenge in the box. Saratama does the right thing by going down under the pressure and under the contact, putting a lot of pressure on the referee to point to the spot. There was no hesitation whatsoever.
Now Felipe Caicedo has the ball. It looks as though he wants to take the penalty. Bolivians continue to stand around referee Juan Soto.
Oh, it's frustrating for the Bolivian players. They've defensively stood very strong throughout the whole game. Incredible job, and to throw away a penalty kick. Silly mistakes.
Felipe Caicedo against goalkeeper Hugo Suarez. Caicedo does. It's 1-0 Ecuador.
Oh, it's just wonderful scenes we're seeing in Ecuador. Beautiful passion. The fans eventually getting what they came here for. Very fortunate penalty kick, but such cool, calm and composure on the spot. Caicedo makes absolutely no mistake under pressure. Beautiful left-footed strike, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. The composure on the ball, difficult situations, no hesitation. Good strike, 1-0.
Sent Sanchez the wrong way. His first goal in World Cup qualifying came on in the second half and has made a big difference.
Yeah, fantastic, and he created the opportunity for the penalty kick in the first place. Here we have a look at the strike once again. No hesitation, composure on the ball, right in the back of the net. Fantastic, and they get the goal they deserve. The quality's not been there in the final third, but what we've seen is the continuous pressure going forward from wide positions, and the big man's been a difference maker since he's come onto the field. He's been a real threat.
Good substitution from Reinaldo Rueda. Brought him on for Jaime Ayofe. So now Bolivia will have to commit a little bit more risk into this one if they want to try and take a point out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got nothing to lose now. You're 1-0 down. They have to throw all guns blazing to try and score a goal. You don't want to come away from here settling for a 1-0 defeat. You have to try and pick up a point. You got to go for it. There's nothing to lose. This is going to create opportunities for Ecuador to get that second.
Incredible scenes in Quito. Estadio Atahualpa. Longer direct ball. Martin's claiming he was fouled. And now it becomes about managing this game out for Ecuador.
Yeah, game management's so vital now. You know, we talk about the game being split into thirds. Now they've scored that goal that we're looking for, and they haven't scored many goals out of the 5 qualifiers so far. That's only their 7th goal. So whether they try to put a little bit more emphasis on the defending that goal, we'll soon find out. But I would imagine they're going to try and push for a second.
Caicedo down, the game's goal scorer, did not get a foul. Ecuador in possession, he remains down. They switch it to Valencia. They continue to play. Valencia's one-on-one here. Valencia trying to make it 2. And gets nudged off it. And here's the obvious here, because the goalkeeper, Hugo Suarez, said, hey, you know, you should have done the sporting thing and slowed the game down. And then Valencia decided to go with goal. Bolivians certainly upset.
Well, you can't really blame Valencia for going for a goal unless there's a serious head injury. There's no rule book that says you have to stop the game. You continue to play on. You know, he's an attacking player with full force. There's no reason why he wouldn't try to go to goal.
Alejandro Chumacero, number 13, will come on for Bolivia. "21-year-old plays for the Strongest." Born in La Paz, Bolivia. Jose Chavez will come off. '74th minute from the penalty spot. Caicedo is the lone goal. Ecuador has a 1-0 lead over Bolivia. Looking to make it a perfect 4-for-4 at home in South American World Cup qualifying. And again, Ecuador has not conceded a goal. Caicedo trying to make his way back on. And effectively right now, Ecuador with 10 men. Caicedo now back on to a full complement of 11. Valencia. He's going to get called for the foul, and now player goes down.
There's nothing in it. You can see the referee immediately shaking it off.
Player going down is Gutierrez Herrera.
Well, definitely seen Valencia raise his arm in that challenge. There's a little snipe from Herrera going into it. He raises his arm, not real much contact. You see it all too often in football these days. Players going down too easy.
Iovi spears that one out. Iovi towards the corner flag. He's got some good running here. Michael Arroyo, the second half sub. Here's a good look at the penalty here from Caicedo.
That's just a great penalty kick into the bottom corner, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Exactly what the fans were waiting for, that breakthrough goal. It's a completely different game now. We're seeing Bolivia, 3 defenders, pushing 2 fullbacks forward now. You can only imagine that they've prepared for conceding a goal.
Iovi, Caicedo, shot is blocked. And this will go all the way back to the goalkeeper, Alexander Dominguez, who's done everything he's needed to do here today.
He's put in a good shift. He's always been on his toes and alert whenever called upon. Not really too much threat in front of goal with clear-cut opportunities. We're starting to see a lot more fouls now, a lot more aggression going into the last 10 minutes. So much at stake.
Caicedo, Antonio Valencia. Played in the 2006 World Cup for Ecuador. Teasing and taunting defenders. Caicedo. And speared out. Valencia, an interesting story. He was born in an Amazon rainforest area called Lago Agrio. And outside the small soccer stadium there as a kid sold drinks with his mother. Who would have thought that one day he'd be playing at Old Trafford?
Now, what an incredible talent as well. World superstar on the ball, such a danger. Obviously making the breakthrough. Wigan Athletic doing ever so well, breaking into the Premier League. And now starring for Manchester United. It doesn't come much bigger.
How about that? Little extra there from Bolivia now, who's totally frustrated here in the 82nd minute. Trying to make another change, bringing on eventually here Diego Cabrera. Pushing and pressing. Caicedo went up, headed away there by number 8. Number 3, Gutierrez Herrera. And it's Bolivia now through Barba. And switch the point of the attack here on the left side. Barba's cross. The header. The second half sub, Chumacero, got on the end of it. Dangerous ball and good delivery in the 83rd minute.
Yeah, it's a great ball into the box. It's a danger ball that Ecuador fails to clear properly. And a danger header from the substitute coming on. Humisero. Not a real challenge in the goalkeeper, but enough to get it on frame.
Enough to hear some anxiety from the crowd once that header left his head. Valencia brought down. It'll be a free kick for Ecuador.
Bolivia need to just invest a little bit more to try and get that ball into the danger area, whether it be a lot more offensive, direct balls into the box, maybe invest a few more players forward to try and sneak a goal in the final stages. You need to try and do something to make it happen.
Mojica off, Cabrera on for Bolivia. Mina knocks it back. Finishing not there. That one goes wide. It'll be a goal kick to Bolivia now in the 85th minute.
Not bad though. They're starting to play with that confidence going forward. They have that one goal lead to rely on. So it's a danger when you're 1-0 up at home.
Well defended there, and doing it on the defensive side is Paredes, who really has been a busy man up and down the right side of the field, helping control that right side of the field for Ecuador, who's also going to make a change now. Dennis Quiñones jumps up off the bench for Ecuador.
Yeah, going back to Paredes, his performance today has been outstanding, and you can see why he's created such a buzz around European soccer. You have no doubt in my mind that that player can play at the top level. No doubt, no question about it.
Seems to be getting a lot of interest from the Serie A in Italy.
He does a great job of just breaking forward. You know, defensive qualities, we haven't seen too much of him. He hasn't been challenged too much. But going forward, you know, his quality's been a lot better than you can say for his teammates today. But the way he goes forward, the aggression, the anger, the energy that he shows going forward is fantastic to see.
Casado knocks it back. Good possession here to try and kill this game off for Ecuador. Certainly is coveted at this moment. Segundo Castillo, Saritama, and they gave it away. Bolivia now has an opportunity to push forward here. Here comes the sub, Dennis Quiñones. And Narciso Mina coming off. Assess his performance today, Ian.
Mina's had a good opportunity in the first half where he had a great cross from Ayovi into the box. He could have attacked and done a little bit better, but possession-wise, he's linked up incredibly well. You know, he's been a little bit of a danger in and around the area, but not really had the service into the blocks that he would have hoped for. But I think he can be happy with his performance. His team's winning 1-0. Job well done.
Alexander Dominguez off his line to pick that one out of the sky. Ayovi. Arroyo is clutching his face now. He's down for Ecuador.
He's not happy at all. Definitely claiming there was contact on his face. He's brought something different to the team from Montero in the first half, who's been a real danger breaking forward, obviously going off with a hamstring injury. But you can see he holds quality and talent, trying to break forward and create opportunities. Good shift in the second half from the youngster.
Is there one chance left in this one for Bolivia? Barba. Spinning, turning, overhitting it. And he was trying to pick out the sub, Diego Cabrera.
That needs to be more direct. if Bolivia are going to get anything from this game. They have to go more direct. Martins is the danger man. He just hasn't had any service in the box. No crosses from wide positions. There's no reason why he shouldn't play a lot more direct, let him fight, use his strength in and around the box to create his own chances. We just haven't seen enough yet so far from Bolivia to say that they merit 1 point.
Yeah, he's only had one chance here today, their primary goal scorer. 3 minutes of stoppage time has been added here in Quito. Caicedo making Mendez go back to his goalkeeper, Hugo Suarez. Martins heads in a dangerous ball, and the header safely guided back to goalkeeper Alexander Dominguez.
That's not really much from Martins there. You can see the ball's played a lot more direct to him, and a little flick on is just not going to cut it for Bolivia. Needs to be a lot more dangerous, try to pull down, get control of the ball, and maybe turn around and get a run at goal. Little flickings are just not cutting it.
Paredes to Valencia. Caicedo. Valencia's making a run on the right here, and he gets it. Antonio Valencia tries to drive it in, it's blocked. Getting in front of it was the Bolivians again to cut the service out from Antonio Valencia.
And they do very well, Ecuador, to get Valencia in that dangerous position, but just no strikers in the box, no midfielders in the box. Valencia had no choice but to slow the game down. He does well to win a corner kick at the right time.
90th minute, you see Segundo Castillo, number 14, maybe one of the targets here. Play the short one. 4 in the box for Ecuador. Valencia to the end line. Again, the cross cut out. This is not a bad thing as time continuing to tick away. Only 3 minutes of stoppage time has been added.
Yeah, it's great game management. The experience tells now. You know what to do. Try to play the game short. Slow the game down as much as you can.
Valencia to the back post. And he tried to pick out Saritama, the central midfield player. IOV went up, and then it's one-timed out of there by Arazo. Arroyo just holding it up, literally almost standing on it. Bolivia's won it back in a good area if they can get it forward quickly, and they can. Peña had an opportunity to play it forward quickly. Paredes now. Valencia. How many times have we mentioned the names Paredes and Valencia today?
And they link up incredibly well.
I don't need to necessarily throw it out, just get the final score in. And the Bolivians now, some of the life has just been siphoned out of their legs here through this possession game and the constant chase here. 74th minute goal from Felipe Caicedo from the penalty spot is the difference.
Just a game of keep away now, keep possession of the ball. Bolivia have ran themselves into the ground defensively, incredibly strong throughout the whole game. Unfortunately giving away a penalty kick, but now the tired legs are starting to show.
This man Paredes running as hard now in stoppage time as he did at the beginning of the game. They cut it back. Caicedo trying to line it up and clear it. Took it off his chest. Segundo Castillo. Paredes. Valencia. Paredes got dumped. He's down. Valencia now. Back in Bolivia. Caicedo. And Valencia will put it out. Paredes got hit, it seems, off the ball after he released the pass.
Yeah, he just got absolutely wiped out by the challenge. But just a great job, Paredes, breaking down that right-hand side, linking up ever so well with Valencia going forward. Ecuador really, apart from the final third in the delivery, in quality.
Can't be much left here for referee Juan Soto. They will be perfect at home. They've been winning all their games at home, Ecuador. Lost at Paraguay, lost at Argentina, but winning at home is the recipe for them. In it comes, Martins. Tried to bring it down. And that's it. Ecuador, it's mission accomplished. Ronaldo Rueda, they have won their 4th game here at home. Unscored upon again. It's a 74th minute penalty kick from Felipe Caicedo. Your thoughts, Ian?
Well, it's desperately disappointing from Bolivia. They defended ever so well throughout the whole game and lost the game through a penalty kick. It's a decision the referee made, which I believe was the right call. Of course, you can see the anger on their faces at the end of the game. They don't believe it was the right decision. But Ecuador outstanding, possession of the ball so much, going forward, electrifying. Quality in the final third just wasn't there. We haven't seen too many excellent deliveries into the box, but so far it's been, a great performance from Ecuador in the World Cup qualifying stages, and they can be happy with the points.
Felipe Caicedo, a good introduction in the second half for Ronaldo Rueda, and obviously he reaps the benefits.
Yeah, fantastic. It was a great introduction into the field. He's a dangerous player because he's so big and strong, and he does well by creating the opportunity himself, running into the box and winning that penalty kick. Here we have a good look at it once again. Great link-up play. There's no doubt in my mind the referee has no hesitation that it is a penalty kick, and Saritama does the right thing by going down under pressure on the challenge. But great skill leading up to it once again, Caicedo. It's such a risky game. Once you make contact, body contact in the box, the referee has no hesitation. But composure on the penalty kick when your team needs it most, just fantastic.
Yeah, sent the goalkeeper going the wrong way, and of course he was the second half sub, quickly picked up the ball and said, I'm the man who's going to take the penalty, and this was a quality penalty.
Yeah, no hesitation from the big man, and that's the confidence you need. You need that quality going into the penalty kick. You know you have someone with confidence who's going to bury that chance.
His first World Cup qualifying goal. Incidentally, it was Ronald Raldis who committed the foul, the experienced Bolivian defender. Here are the final stats here. Read into these, Ian.
Well, obviously the possession, speaks for itself. You've seen Ecuador with so much possession of the ball, a lot of breakaways from Bolivia, a lot of free kicks throughout the whole game with Ecuador on 19 and Bolivia on the 14. Some yellow cards. I expected a lot more from the referee, but we've seen a clean game throughout. But it was an entertaining second half. What we've seen was a lot of end-to-end action. A little bit more opportunities we would have liked to see in front of goal, but quality penalty kick, and of course it was the right decision by the referee, and Ecuador thoroughly deserved the 3 points.
Ecuador 1-0 winners. They now go to 4-2, 12 points. They're perfect at home. All of their results have come at home here in South American World Cup qualifying. Bolivia, on the other hand, goes to 1-1-5, and they are in real trouble in South American World Cup qualifying. The real star today, though, Felipe Caicedo, coming off the bench, plays at the Lokomotiv in Russia. He was the difference here. 74th minute penalty kick. That is the difference. And that is the final score. Ecuador 1, Bolivia 0. For Ian Joy, I'm Glenn Davis. That is your final.